Hey guys, welcome to Gavin Gaming TV, and today we are going to dive into Satisfactory. Haven't really done many videos on this. I think I've done one quick review vid, and that's about it. I don't really stream it or make vids on it. But let us know down below, guys, if you do want me to stream this or you want to see some more videos on it. Today's going to be a wee factory tour. Just show you around the factory and to show what I've been doing. So, on this next morning, this is my starter base. It has been repurposed slightly. In here is now doing concrete, you know, the covered concrete beams, industrial beams. This used to be doing the iron ingots, then it used to go up to make the plates, and the next floor was pipes, and then the floor above that was actually screws. But all of that has been redone. I have these running on backup, actually nearly out. None in there. They just backup power for in case anything got, and I've no room. What anything? In case anything drops, which it has done once or twice, to be fair. I'll dump all these in here again for now. So yeah, this is my starter base. This is what I started with. As you can see, I have my sky elevator or space elevator or whatever you want to call it set up here. I have one of those resource sinks here. Just a simple setup to chuck stuff in there. Doesn't really get used a massive amount. And then just a wee quick setup here for doing the biofuel. So that'll convert, excuse the music there, just checking on the wee one. So that's just to make some quick biofuel. And then over here, endless supplies of disused miners. These are all like impure rubbish ones, so that's why I was using so many. And then over here is the sort of secondary section to my first base. You've got the coal power supplies over there, which I'll go over to in a sec. And down there's a copper node. But in here we've got the steel processing plant. But down here is doing the copper stuff, which I've got some of this turned off at the minute because I'm not really using it. While I'm still transferring over to the new factory, which you'll see soon. And then got like cable and stuff going up here, and this was making both the steel beams and the steel bars, whatever they are, tubes. But whenever I transferred over to that building making all the industrial beams, all of this got changed into the steel tubes because I had an alternative recipe for it. It was better than the other one, so changed all that over. And then actually I'll show you the top floor while I'm on it. And then up here is making these things for the elevator. Now, as you see, most of this is turned off because it's all full, so I'll just let this rattle on. We've got status in here and all sorts. Yeah, most of this needs converting across. Whoop. And then we follow the pipes because this water stuff is all new to me. I was set up to bring other pipes over here, but I haven't found a water source yet. As you see here, we have the coal miners all set up. We quickly run up here. They look really cool actually. I like the setup I've got for these. It's a maximum I can run on these pipes. Does look really cool. I think I've got 2 pipes set up of 4 machines, 2 a side. So they're running a maximum of 300 water through these. And this is as many as you can run on 2 machines. I think it's like 3 coal power stations per 1 water pump. So this is maxed at the minute. And I haven't got the gear to do any more. As you see over there, I've got some Caterium. So, get down here without breaking my legs. Oh, I'm gonna break my legs. Oh. Well, yeah, it looks really cool. I like it. The pipes are actually pretty cool looking. And there are fluid trains as well now, fluid cars for the trains, which is pretty sweet. I haven't got any trains going yet. Or hypertubes, actually, to be honest. Where do I want to go? Yeah, over here. So, as you can see, everything's pretty much off at the minute. Not a lot going on at this half of the base. As you can see, I'm only running 2079.6 megawatts. So I'm using 1300. So there's a lot of stuff happening over there at my new headquarters. So, you see here, hold on a minute, climb up there. We have 1 cable that is from a roundabout way coming from over there and hitting this. Now, you might be asking, what in the hell is that, Gabba? Well, this is my power spine. As you see, I've got cables all the way up here, and at every like angle change goes across just to double up in case anything happens. So we are rocking along here, and this is basically, if I build anything, it's going to be along this spine. And there's my water pumps down there, you see, working away. I have 4 tanks over there, 2 per pipe, just in case I have any power failures for some reason, which I've had quite a few of, because I'll build stuff, power will be grand, I'll be like 500-600 megawatts in the green. I'll build stuff and then that'll require something, and then I'll kick in another 4 or 5 machines, which will kick in another 4 or 5, and then suddenly my power drops like mad. So I have the water there to try and keep the power going out of the coal mines while I'm trying to rectify the other problems. So they work quite well. I can't get any more in there, unfortunately. So that's why I was looking for another water source somewhere to make more coal power if we needed it, but I haven't found any close by. Well, it's in a decent position anyways. So yeah, anything I'm going to build is going to be along this spine. And this spine comes all the way up to, oh, excellent, been up here. A new base, which you can keep seeing glimpses of. Oh, got a window there. Now there's the door down to it. And at the end there I've got another wee section. Now here is my new factory. Or factories, I should say. So as you can see, I've built them somewhat in line with factories I know. I come from Lancashire, and it was a very industrial town called Preston. And there were a lot of factories there. You had British Aerospace there, you had them building aircraft and stuff in there, we had building railways, railway trains and cart stuff there. And all the factories were like this. They all had these funny triangular roofs, glass, big walls. I haven't painted any of this yet, it's just all bog standard at the moment. So, as you can see, I've got a few buildings. This one here, all the belts on, is my storage building. As you can see, they're all coming in from the front. Now there are 4 in the middle here that I'm bringing in stuff from a different way. I'll show you if I can find the door. Oop. So I've got a belt coming in here, got 2 splitters, you go, that's full of screws. Now the 2 in the middle is because the walls are hard either side. I'll get like 5 up or something, 4 on the ceiling. See, so I actually have 1 running here. I have these ones spare here and on the opposite side as well, exactly the same. I actually have 1 coming in from the bottom and then the rest are spare. So what I'm planning on doing is, whenever I start doing my big construction stuff, we need like 3 to 4 parts per build, these will exit out of the roof and go wherever they need to go. Now, you may be wondering how I'm going to do that. Well, I'll show you. Up here, I can actually come the wrong way here to be fair, but all the roofs are flat on top. This one has fully glassed so you can see inside, and some light gets in. There's no lights in Satisfactory yet, so it gets dark inside some of these buildings. You know, when you start breaking them up and putting walls up and things like that. So I've put these on, I think, pretty much all the buildings. These worked out perfectly. Look, they just wrap around these so good and drop down. Well, they don't drop down beautifully inside, but I'll show you that in a bit. So yeah, these ones are actually done incorrectly. They should be up 1, but this lets in a really good bit of light. So what I'm going to do is, just here, there's no skylights on this, because these are going to have conveyor belts coming out of them and going wherever they need to go. But they do look cool from down below. It really looks like a good, you know, proper factories from what I know. We'll run in here and we can look up at the glass ceilings. Look really cool, don't they? Well, this here is where the actual ladder comes down on the roof, where the ramp comes down. So this is like a reinforcing section. It's actually to hide where the ramp comes through the ceiling a wee bit. They're the 2x1s or whatever they're called. Up there. But it looks cool. It does look like some reinforcing. And these are making screws. Through here I've got pipes and plates. Again, this is all the basic stuff that's been recreated. Yeah, pipes. Yeah, pipes. So it's all the basic stuff, you know, to start my factories up again. So here is the ingots. Now I did have that down there so you can see my vehicles and stuff. I'll show you down there in a minute. So as you see, I do all my setups like this. It's probably not compact and as tidily as what you can get it, but I really like the design. So I pretty much do all my builds like this now. I think it's just really neat looking. I don't do all these 60 machines and 100 machines, all this sort of stuff. That doesn't really appeal to me. I want these to look like factories you could walk in and work in, not everything crammed together. So yeah, it's looking pretty cool. The pauses, guys, is just hit loading because this is my first load into the game for a while on this computer. Getting 80 to 90 frames a second on this, so I've got some glass here just to look outside. See all the stuff coming in nice and orderly. Some of these belts could probably do a bit upgraded to be fair. I have a fair few and orders tapped here to get all of this stuff in here. Go down this run. This is what I started with, by the way. This was my first. Oops. This was my first building that all the rest have come from. So I started down and went across all the way down there and then that way. Now down here, my second one. I'm just dumping excess concrete in there in a minute, which gets you naff all tickets, but another little crafty area in case I want to knock someone up quickly. Here's a wee section for doing fuel. As you can see, these are fully fueled up, ready to refill a truck, because I only have the one at the minute, and they look cool. I'm not setting up vehicles to run around, but they do look cool. And here is where my new steel section is. So I've got coal coming from over there and over there. Pure iron ore linking is from there. I think there's a pure copper one or a normal copper one down there. They're all running this way. I see my lovely little rock garden. What would you call it here? Very nice. So that's all coming this way. Steel being made. There's still beams. Or in a minute going into a box over here because I'm not using them yet. It's something that I'm not utilising at the minute. So this base is still pretty early, to be fair. And this all needs, I need to figure out whether I'm going to border this off and block it all in and whatnot. And over here we've got pipe production stuff because we have in here sulfur coming in from way over there. And this is our first munitions section. Got a black powder coming in. Pipes. We're making our detonators, or our nobelisks, what do you call them. So yeah, this is our first weapons factory. This is going to expand to also create the bullets for the rifle. Whenever I get that research done. I haven't done yet. Going through this door. This is making our concrete at the minute because there's a pure node at the front of the base. But you see that one's empty because it's just dumping into the thing, but that's full. The outside there's another one here full as well, so these can get siphoned off to whatever. And then you'll notice this bit under here. Well, you go, what the hell's that for? Well, this is some of this stuff is being filled from, so that's actually done now, look. So I'm using under here, that tree needs to be destroyed again as a sort of resource tunnel sort of thing underneath the base itself. This is the other one here making circuit boards, I think. Coming from in there into the storage area. So under here is going to be a load of tunnels like this. I actually really like this, it looks cool. And they are going to be going all over the base underneath to hook up various things in and out, so on and so forth. I've got all these two wides we can drive vehicles up and down as well. But it's looking really cool. I really enjoy it. Still a lot of work to do, but it's getting there. So I'll take you over to, and obviously there's another building being created over there for I think that's going to be, I'm going to whack in there. Probably more manufacturers, maybe, I don't know. It all depends on what supplies I have going. Check this, 65. So we'll cruise over to where my oil factory and stuff is now. And you'll see I'm trying to build the roads all at least 2 wide. I mean, this is a damn big truck, and I pretty much use this because I can put a lot of stuff in the back. Now you'll see here, plastic and rubber on the go. And this really it's pretty inefficient, I would probably say, people would say. And it is, to be honest, but you know, it's what I've got until I get trains going and stuff like that. Driving back and forward is a bit of a pain, so I'm going to get the hybrid tubes set up at some point. But this was just going to be on Mars this morning. Get your ass to Mars. Come on. Flick it round here. You can see over there, look, my wee power plant and stuff going. No, this is pretty close to the hole. I set up one like this in the last playthrough, and then when I heard they were doing this update and there was going to be liquids and water and stuff, I actually stopped playing. I'd only just started the new base because I just fancied a refresh. And then, obviously, when I heard about this, I actually just put a halt to it and stopped and didn't make any more. Which was good because I could pretty easily do it. I already had some of the coal power stations going. It took me a wee while to get that back up and running again. And we ramp down there to get to that section. But yeah, I've tried to make this as neat and as cool looking as possible. I am eventually going to have supports going down to the ground, you know, making a wee bit more realistic and a bit nicer looking than this stuff just hovering in midair like magic. Again, this is probably inefficient as heck, but I've tried to make redundancies with all the thing. Oh, slam the brakes on. I want to make sure, because these have been bugged lately, they've suddenly, see, take off on their own. I've had this actually reverse and fly back up there when it's on before, and luckily I've got belts up there. Otherwise that would have been in the water and would not have been pressed. So these are still not filling up how I want them to. I think that's the reason I'm not really going to be able to take a lot out of this. A bit more of a... I'm not producing a lot of this, you see. Some of stuff like this isn't working. But that's producing the 20 fluid, which is more than what the plastic is. It only produces 15, but unfortunately, it's a plastic that I don't. It's the rubber that I don't need at the minute, you see. That's boosted my. But what I'm thinking of doing, putting the rubber into the overflow machine thing and getting stuff that way. So yeah, these few are making plastics and the rubbers. As you can see, the pipes are getting there. Not brilliant. Do have pumps on here to keep things rolling. See if we're crouching it. Because we're not producing much, it's not really pumping much out. But yeah, these have just been added because I'm using plastic quite a lot. Actually changed the pumps, they're not pumping anymore. Oh, they're only at the top. I thought the whole thing moved before. Must have done that in one of the updates, did they? That was just the end going. Slightly redesigned, look. Bit better looking actually like that. So, does that mean these have been refettled yet? No, still 300. They are supposed to be redoing these tanks to take more, but that's still in the experimental branch, I think. Well, down here is where we convert it all into fuel, and as you can see, they are lacking a wee bit. But this is knocking it out as good as we can, and fuel pretty okay. We're not doing too bad. I mean, the pipes are full. They've all got something in, so we're good. And these are all overclocked too. There's a few of them are. Yeah, I think these two are brand new ones, so they won't make. You see, this is all set, so I can expand this indefinitely. See, I've got gaps here to put more tanks on when this all picks up, and Then I can rock on down the back here as well if needed, so plenty of room here to expand all this fuel. Get everything going that way. A little bit of detail in there. Well, yeah, that's pretty much my base, guys. I've got the oil coming in from all the pumps. Like down here, I actually have one oil that I forgot about. I didn't see it when it pinged, so I completely forgot about it. And it is over here. I completely missed that, so I actually have one, I think it's a normal or something now, untapped fuel, untapped oil, so that will be getting tapped at some point whenever I expand even more. But yeah, and this was a roundabout. Still is a bit of a tight fit on there. 90 odd frames a second up it is. I break over 100 frames a second sometimes in this. Pretty good, well optimized to be honest for all the stuff that's going on. But yeah, that is pretty much my base so far, guys. I hope you like it. Any suggestions or comments, please chuck them down below. I do obviously have a lot more to go yet. We have geysers that I can plug for what do you call that? Is it steam power? Thermal power? I don't know what you call it, geysers. It's not really water power, is it? Well, water pressure, I suppose. But yeah, we've them to tap, but I haven't unlocked them yet. And then eventually nuclear power. I do not know what I'm going to do for that or where I'm going to put it. It will be away from everything, let's put it that way. And then I have the trains and that to do, so I still a hell of a lot to do. And I have dumped a lot of hours into this game. One thing I will say about Satisfactory, time flies by when you're playing it. Because you're sat there and you're thinking about how you're going to lay things out, how you're going to do stuff, what I'm going to do with this, what I'm going to do with that. And it really does take up a lot of time, but it's fun. I like doing stuff like this. I like building, I like planning stuff out. It might not look it, but I do like building things. I usually like building it realistic or practical. I watch a lot of Kibitz's stuff, and he builds like 600 of this and 400 of that, and they're all crammed in and put together and stuff, and it's near impossible to walk around some of it. But I still like watching his stuff because it gives me ideas. But I just love building realistic factory stuff that I know and walked around and even worked in now and again. Contracted to Airbus UK for a wee while, doing all their pneumatic hoses and stuff. And you know, that's when you walk into the factory for doing the wings and stuff. That's what it's like. It's nicely laid out. You can walk around the place great. So that's on 0. Hey, it just keeps going. Look, I'll accelerate and accelerate and accelerate. They need to fix that bug. Or I need to like put them in a blocked off parking space. Yeah, so you could walk into the place. I used to replace the fittings and all that whenever the wings came off the rigging, and do the pneumatic and hydraulic stuff for them. And you know, it would probably be sort of a gap as well, so you can walk around everything when the guys are working and stuff. And I try and organise everything as much as I can. This has been added on to the end, but you know, works. It's nice and tidy and I like it, and there's redundancies here for other stuff. As you see, I've got holes here for other stuff that are not connected yet, but can easily be. Same for this side. You know, I like it. Looks cool. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that walk around my base, guys. If you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up at the bottom. Also, if you have any questions, comments, anything about my base or about the game, chuck them down below, guys, and I'll try and answer as best I can. Also, if you want, nip over to my Twitch, where I do stream when I have the time. Stuff like Euro Truck Simulator. If you want me to stream this, guys, let us know down below. And also like Postscriptum and all sorts of games on Twitch. And I've got a Twitter account, and I now have a new merch store open as well, guys. It's Steam Elements. I've stopped using Streamlabs and moved to Steam Elements. I should have some stuff coming the day after I've recorded this on a Saturday, so I'll let you know what the stuff's like in another video. I'll actually do an unboxing review of it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you around.